Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let me just click on one little thing that was in my way. I am really excited to be with you tonight. I hope everybody's been having a great month so far, a great week so far. Hello, Anne Marie. Hello, Robin. How are you guys doing? So I don't know.
Hi, everybody.
Darren says so. I guess you can hear him though now, which is nice, isn't it? Okay. So I have been looking forward to this month's release. I think it's so much fun. And I can't tell you how many times I hear people say, oh, Mackie is asking how you're doing, Darren. And hello,
I am a
Mackie.
lot better than I was. Thanks for asking.
Candy.
Hi, everybody.
Didn't talk over you, sorry. Hello, Candy. Hello, Penny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you guys are here. All right. So I've been really looking forward to using all of the products from this month. I was saying that I have heard a lot of times people will be like, I need to make a masculine card. And this month has a lot of great things for that. Hello, Cherie, right? Or is it Sherry? I know
No,
that
it's
I have it.
Cherie.
It was Cherie.
Cherie.
I thought so.
Yep.
Okay. I thought so, but then I second guessed myself. Hello, hello, welcome. Hello, Luann. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Okay, first off, let's just start with our inspiration kit. This is so awesome. I'm just going to start out. I'm going to start backwards of how I usually do. So this is the stamp set. It's called All the Deets, and it's got all of these awesome little tailoring and sewing themed stamps. And then, of course, there is a coordinating die that you can purchase with that, or if you have if you're getting the kit, then you get both of them anyway. And then I really love this paper pad. I have little pieces from it around. I've been using it, but and I like to kind of keep them together. But let's look at what papers are in here. You can see a sampling on the cover, but I love, love, love all the texture in this paper pad. This is a great paper pad. Obviously, it can go throughout the year for different things. I just love the rich tones and the subtle texture that you get. That one's probably the paper in there. All the rest of them are really pretty subtle, and they're great. I love them. There's many occasions when you need something just like this. And that one's called Tailor Made. And then, oops, that one shouldn't have been in there. You get some cute little buttons, a little assortment. I've used a few of mine already, but this is just a few of them. I used, I think, 2 out of it already. So then you get, this is really fun. You get some fiber paper. And if you haven't used fiber paper, I'm telling you what, this is really fun to play with. If you look back through our videos, hello, Susan. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. And I'm so glad that you're hearing Darren. And hello, Merlin. I'm sorry that I didn't catch you quicker. I don't know how long you were waiting for me, but thank you for joining. So this fiber paper is really fun. You can use it lots of different ways. And this is a fun release to use it on because we also have this is called I See a Pattern. This would be a fun stamp to stamp right on it. You can emboss on this. You can use it. I have used it many times with aqua pigments and chroma mist. And if you go back to the videos, you can learn fiber paper and you'll probably find some of those. Lots of fun though. I highly recommend grabbing some of that because it's lots of fun. And if you want to just try it out, hopefully you already are a subscriber to the inspiration box, because that's a great way to get to try a little bit of something before you commit to buying a lot if you are afraid of that. Now, I have used my cards this month, but you get 5 card bases. And so I didn't realize I was so low on them. That will definitely be on my next order. And then you also get a selection of cardstock. So you've got your dark brown. I think this is gingerbread. This is new. If it's the one I think it is. And then I could be wrong on that. I should have looked those up, but I didn't. So anyway, you get these 3 shades. Is this brown or black? This might be black. This is black, I think. It's hard to tell when it's right next to the brown. And really, I learned in beauty school years ago that there's not really a true black. Black always has some kind of an undertone, whether it's brown or bluish or whatever. You'll always find
It's
it.
black. It's black.
So it is black. Okay, thank you, Darren. All right. So those are the things that come in the inspiration box. Now let's look at some of the add-ons for the month. Okay, so I showed you this one before, that I see a pattern. I see a pattern here, I should say. Isn't that a fun stamp? And then this is the stamp of the month. This is called, what is it called? A Cut Above. Really, really cute. You've got these fancy little scissors, and behind it you can see I've got my dies. Really, really cute. And then this is the embossing powder of the month. It's really pretty. It's called Tuxedo, and it looks like it would be really elegant. I'm going to have to try that out, but look at how pretty that is. And then the stencil of the month. Oh, I was going to put that. I used mine, and I didn't put it back on in its packaging, but I'll do that so you can see it better. It's called Pulling Thread. Really, really fun. And this is the die set of the month. This is called Dapper Duds. I'm so glad you love the stamp and die of the month, Anne-Marie. They are a lot of fun. There's a lot you can do with them. It's a lot of fun to play with them. I'll show you in a bit of some of the things that I've made, and I'm actually using one of them to create today. And you can see I've been using my washi. This is the measuring tape. It's called measuring tape. Yep. And this is really cute. I love all of the fun colors. And then this paper pad, I couldn't wait to get this paper pad. I just really was excited about it. This is called Silk Ties, and obviously inspired by all the beautiful ties that you see. I know my brother is kind of a clothes horse. He loves shoes. He has more shoes than I could ever dream of having, and he likes ties. He always has to clean out his ties because he gets a lot of ties. But lots of beautiful patterns in here. We're going to use both sides of this one tonight. You might have a little hint from that one. We're going to make 2 cards, and they're going to be really quick, but we'll make 2 of them, and it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to use our Dapper Duds too. And then also, let me just move those out of the way for a second. There's the Fit to Form stencil, which is a lot of fun. And then what's fun also is that you can use the quad patterns. I'll show you what I did with them. I used them together to create this card. And it was really easy and lots of fun to make. And this, I mean, you can use that a million different ways. And then I'll show you a couple of other samples really quick before we get started. So I made this one. I have this really big fun button in my button bag. So I used that, and I used the stencil, the pulling thread stencil. And I used it with ink, but then I went over it with colored pencils to get a little bit more detail. And then you can see my measuring tape in the background. And then also one thing that was released this month is vintage spray. So there's 2 different colors. One of them is ice gray, and one of them is vignette. And I used the vignette on the background here. And then I just went around the edges with some Raven ink. And then this is the stamp of the month. I told you it was really just a cute little stamp. And you can see the Silk Ties paper there. And then I made this card using all the details stamp. And if you can tell, I put foam squares to just kind of pop them up. So these were on hangers, the little dress and the coat. And it was just really simple to just cut the hangers away and just put them right on the forms. Lots of fun. You can see I used I see a pattern here stamp at the top, and then I just used various little stamps from the set down at the bottom there. And then you can also see this texture in the background that's subtle again. That's from the tailor-made paper pad. So lastly, I will show you the card we're going to make, and we're going to make it twice. We're going to use we're going to do it two different ways. So we've got this way, and then we're going to make it two different ways, but we're going to use the same papers. So let's grab our Dapper Duds.
Candy says she thinks the Dapper Duds is sold out.
What?
Sold out?
Sold out? Wow. I had no idea. Well, that's awesome. That's a good sign. Hopefully you have it. Hopefully you can just have more ways to use it. All right. Let's see. If not, then go ahead and on the website, if you haven't noticed before, there's a little button for each product that says notify me. And that helps people at the office know, hey, that's something I really want. And so they know what needs to be ordered. And if they are going to make an order, if they get enough notifies, then that would influence whether or not they get ordered. Okay, so I think we might do, since we already have one example, which is done with the thicker, wider tie, let's do one with a bow tie and one with a narrow tie. Sound good? Okay. So I'll just kind of eliminate some of the dies as we go so I don't lose them. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that piece of Raven ink, Raven paper that came with my kit. And I'm going to cut this one down to, let me find there it is. Actually, I think I'll cut this one first. On each of these, I'm going to cut a 5 1/4 by 4 inch. Yeah, that's right. It just looked wrong to me. I just wanted to make sure before I cut. Rectangle for our card base. So we've got that one, and then we've got these two pieces of paper that we'll save for a minute. And then we'll do the same thing. It's the same paper, but we're going to use this other side. So we'll go, let's do 5 1/4. And then 4. And just to double check myself, I'm just going to make sure that that's indeed what yep, that's what I did. Okay, yay, I'm doing it right. That's always nice. Okay, so now for this other piece, I'm going to go ahead and first cut it just in half, just because it'll be easier for me. Okay, so the first one is going to be 4 1/8.
Cherie said she loves both paper pads.
Oh, aren't they pretty, Cherie? I think so too. Oh, Mackie, thank you so much. And then we'll cut this part down to, Darren, help me out here. Let's see, 5 1/8, 5 1/4, 5 and what? 5 3/8. I think
One was in between 5 1/8, 5 1/4.
Between 5 1/4 and 5 1/2.
5
5 and 3/8?
3/16. Oh, 5 and a
Okay.
half. No, 3/8 is 5
All
and a
right.
half.
Math is not my forte, obviously. So, all right. So we've got our mat for that one. Let's grab our mat for the other one. So 4 and an 1/8. That's not an 1/8? It's an 1/8, isn't it? Yeah. By I can't remember what you said the other measurement was, Darren. 5 and what?
I didn't say anything about the 4. It was 5 and 3/8 because it was between quarter and a half, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. But then you said
Yeah,
16.
3/8. Well, you said
It threw me off.
said 3/8. You didn't say a half. That was what threw me off.
All right. Well, hopefully you guys got that because, yeah. All right. So
We're
let's
busy fighting over
do.
math.
What's that?
Busy arguing over math. That's sad.
Oh, I'm not going to argue over math. You win anyway. You can always win.
Lisa says hi. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So I have just enough space. I'm going to risk it and use a skinny tie on this skinny strip of paper. And actually, we need the top of that as well, so that we can get a little bit more dimension. And I would bring my die cutter over here, but it's just behind me. And I'm just gonna just turn around and get it done real quick and go from there. I hope you don't mind. Okay. So we've got our tie. And then while we're die cutting anyway, let's die cut the other pieces that we're going to need for the other card too. And then we'll do our shirts as well.
Anne-Marie said math isn't her forte either. That's why she has a creative brain.
Thank you. I'm so glad I'm not the only one. We are definitely kindred spirits on that, for sure. You are my people. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys choose. There's a few different ways we could do the bow tie. So we could do the big bow tie. We could do the one that you kind of fold over, or we could do the medium-sized one, or we could even double up. Well, actually, no, because we want to use the little things that go inside.
Guys don't double up the bow ties anyway, do they?
I've seen double bow ties.
Maybe for gifts or something, but I'm not sure about where.
No, I've seen them on a bow tie.
All right. I don't know much about bow ties, I guess.
I am not saying anything other than I have seen them. That's all. Okay, and then let me grab a couple of pieces of paper for our shirts. I thought I had them, but I guess I don't. Hang on one sec. Oh, I do have it close by. I'm just going to use Not Your Mama's. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. I actually need to measure it because I don't remember. So this is, let's use this side. It'll be easier to see. This is about 4 and a little bit by, 3 1/4. All right, so 3 1/4, we'll do that one first. So it would be 4 1/2, I believe. I'm just going to check that up against our card again because it seems small. Nope, that's what it is. So we'll cut one more 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And now let's use a scrap to cut out our collar and our pocket a couple of times. Okay. And I love that there's just, I don't know if I can get it to focus because it's so small, but I don't, if you look really carefully, and like I said, I don't think I can get it to focus. There's a little stitch line around the edge, which I love. Okay, so we have one set there. Let's make another set for our other card, and we will be in business. Okay. I like to craft in an assembly line. How about you guys? Do you do one card at a time, or do you kind of assembly line it? Also, I need some votes on which bow tie we're going to do. Any preferences?
Not that it counts, but I vote for the big one.
I get you. The big one I can see being good just because it'll show the pattern more. But I'm open-minded. I'm open for suggestions if anybody wants to have a say. Okay, so we've got those done. We need to do our mat for our shirts. So I'm just going to go up. Let's see. Did I go up the whole 1/4 inch? It looks like I did. Well, let me check for sure, though.
Cherie and Mackie both say the big one.
All right, the big one it is. So let's see. This one is.
Thanks for backing me up, guys.
3 1/2 by 4 3/4.
Christy said she does one card at a time, and she's all over the place. LOL.
You know, it just depends for me too. But you know, if I kind of know, like this one I made once before, so I like to assembly line it. But for the first one, I would definitely only do one because I don't know how it's going to go. I like to play it out and see how it goes. So we've got our mats. And like I said, I did the mat for the shirt a little bit bigger than I left a little bit more space than I did for the one behind the pattern paper, just to help it stand out a little bit more. Okay. Oh, Louie came to say hi. Louie, come here. Come here. I have to show you what I got, Louie. Come here.
The other two dogs are fighting over the toys, and Louie keeps getting run over in the battle. That's why he wanted away from them.
So I got Louie a new shirt today because he loves to be our guard dog. And you can see, you know, he's absolutely ferocious in his full, 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. But look at what the back of his shirt says. It cracks me up. He's our security dog. He's rocking his little shirt, huh? All right, Louie. He's so funny. We have a dog that lives next door that is really, really big. And it makes me laugh because they are just buds. They just run back and forth and are just good friends. And they couldn't be further apart in size. Okay. So we've got our tie. We need our bow tie, and we're going to go with the big one. And I think that for the little lines, the little piece that goes that way, I'm not sure if I want to do. I'm going to try it in black, and then I'll try it in the print if I don't think I like it in the black. Because I know the whole center will be black if I do it that way, but I think the lines will show it better. So let's see what we think. All right, let's check this out. All right, I like the black. I think the black is going to show up so better than the pattern on pattern. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Okay, let's move all of our extra pieces of paper away for a minute. And then last thing that we'll do before we start assembling our cards is let's get some sentiments. And I'm going to use, I like Looking Sharp for this one. I think that it makes the most sense.
Louie's shirt was well liked.
What was that?
They like Louie's shirt.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's not funny. Thank you, guys. Couldn't resist because it just cracked me up. He thinks he is all that. We could use Have a Dapper Day. Should we do one Have a Dapper Day and one? Let's do Have a Dapper Day for the bow tie because I think we might want the two lines for that one since it doesn't go down as far. Check it out. And my favorite thing is that we have dies to cut out our sentiments for this set. Okay. So I'm just using some Raven. It would help if I was on the screen. Sorry about that. Surprised Darren didn't catch that. He usually is my lookout for that.
I was about to say something, but you caught it before.
See, I knew you would be able to recognize that because you always catch me on that. All right. So now I'm not going to remove those yet because I want them to stand out just a little bit more. Let's see if that looks pretty even. I think we got that inked up pretty good. So I tell you all the time that when I craft, I try to craft with some sort of a escape route if I go somewhere. So for me, I struggle, to be honest with you, with with embossing powder sometimes on when I'm using a dark color, if it's something like a sentiment. If it's something with fine little lines like that, it's sometimes a challenge for me to not get extra embossing powder where I don't want it. So I really like to just go over my sentiments again with ink and icicle embossing powder. So that is what I'm going to do. And that is also why my embossed looks like this, because I'm not patient enough to get my stamp clean enough before I use it sometimes. So if that is not your jam, then you can definitely use more. Okay. I did make a mistake already, but that's why I have icicle, because you can't really see your flaws as much. But just to be safe, I am going to use my little magic powder bag and do it again. Looks like I might need to re-ink these later. All right. So let's grab our embossing powder.
To go a little higher.
What was that?
There you go.
All right. Also, I've noticed that one mistake I make a lot when I'm doing embossing is I tap it so much, I don't always have enough embossing powder on there. So if you use your magic powder bag, and if you use a lot of clear, that's nice because you don't have to tap it so much. And it definitely gives you a little bit more raised emboss when you do that. See, look at how nice and raised that is. Okay. So now we just need our dies for our sentiments. And we will get, I just want it to cool down just a little second. And let's put our dies away so that I don't lose any of them. Okay. And we need our dies.
Tina says hi, and she said she's sorry she's late.
Hi, Tina. Oh, we're just glad you're here. I'm so made it. All right. Bear with me as I figure out what goes to this. Okay, I know this one's looking sharp because I've used it. So we can get that one in place pretty quickly. All right. So now have a Dapper day. Is that this one, Darren? Do you think? I think I see two P's. Yep. Okay.
I love how you ask me, but you don't actually show me.
It was on here. I wasn't off camera.
Oh, I couldn't see it. You were off somewhere.
I probably had my hands in front of it. I was moving around a lot, so very possible. Okay. Just cutting those out real quick, and we'll have all the pieces we need to start assembling. All right. This is great, especially if you are somebody who makes birthday cards for the whole year ahead of time and fill out your little binder or whatever you have. This would be something that you could definitely assembly line and just do different. It'd be a great way to use up some of your paper pads. Just kind of try to match the person to the paper. So we're going to put that one on that one. And I'm flipping over. I'm doing these a little different than my first card because we're going to mix up the patterns a little bit. So let's do our bow tie first. Let me find my glue. All right. Centered on there as best we can. I think that's pretty okay. Another trick, I find that if I try to center my paper, if I glue my paper to my mats while I'm standing, they're usually straighter than if I'm sitting down. Hi, Christy. I don't know that I saw you come in, but I'm glad you're here. All right, set that aside for a second. And I'll put these ones together really quick in our assembly line spirit. I have like no fingernails. There we go. Okay. Do any of you have fun plans this weekend? I am helping with a potluck dinner, and I'm going to be the oldest person there probably because it's a potluck dinner at church, but it's for young adults. So the cutoff is really 35, but since I'm part of the group that's in charge of it, I will be there feeling really old.
Anne Marie says she needs to make a bunch of birthday and Christmas cards.
Fun. That sounds like a fun way to spend your weekend. Okay, I think we got that about done. Let's go ahead and get that centered on our background piece.
Tina says she's going to craft.
Well, that sounds fun. Too bad you don't live closer, Tina. We could craft together. That would be fun.
Kelly's purging supplies she's not using.
Oh, Kelly, good for you. I'm overdue for that, but you know, that one will take more than just a weekend for me, I think. Okay. So now I'm going to grab some foam squares.
Probably take you a week or two, Shan.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I do it every year, so it's not horrid, but it's definitely a job. Okay. So I'm putting this about maybe a 1/4 inch from the top of the white panel. I feel like it needs to come over just a hair. No, that's too much. Don't want to mess with it too much because I don't want that to come apart in the middle. I think we'll call that good. Sometimes the more you fuss is not the best. And sadly, I've found that out many times the hard way. That's right, Tina. That's right. Friendship knows no distance. Okay, so we've got our colors on, and I love how we get a more defined color and get that little shadow just from popping it up a little bit. And if you wanted to, you could even put a little bit of just, I would say, very, very faint ink around it and around the edges of the collar and the pocket. I'm not going to do that. I kind of like the clean look for this. But if you really, really want the collar and the pocket to stand out, you could do that. All right. I think maybe about right here. Okay. Let's glue our little overlay. Oh, that's completely off camera, isn't it? Let me scooch it over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Just going to glue a little bit on these little strips. And then again, I think on the tie, we'll do one, we'll glue this one down.
Mackie said she's getting ready to go to Alabama for May's Christmas Crapopolis.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
I had to make sure I said that right. Use the F.
Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? That's awesome. That sounds like a blast. Okay, and then we'll just add one to the back of the little knot at the top. And that'll give it just a little bit of dimension. And you can decide if you want to tuck it under the collar or over the collar. Okay, and I may as well just finish this one. We'll use our Lick and Sharp on the tie.
Anne-Marie said she needs to make a Hello Fall door wreath for a housewarming party for my bonus daughter and her beau.
That sounds fun. Okay, so now we're just going to add some little jewels. We'll keep it toned down just a little bit so we can keep it more on the masculine side, I guess. Huh? All right, and so we'll add that to a card base in just a moment. So let's finish this one. This one we're going to want to use, if I can pick it up. We're going to want to use foam squares for either side. And we'll put that one on the top. Is that how it goes? Or does it go under the collar? I think it goes over.
That goes over. I think you can do either way, but I think bow ties go over the top. Venus is a jewel would make a fantastic tie tack.
That's true, it would.
Lori said late to the show, but love that card.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. So now one thing we could do with this one is this. I didn't think about it till now because I hadn't put this one together. I wasn't sure what I was using it, to be honest with you, as far as the bow tie goes. But we could use the buttons. There's buttons in this set that we could use to put down here. But in the interest of time, maybe we'll just use these. I think the stickum stayed behind. It did. I'll just put that aside for a second. Let's see what we think of it first. I kind of like it. What do you guys think?
You need pocket squares.
We do need pocket squares. Thank you for reminding me.
I think the pocket for the bow tie one might be a little high, especially if you put a square in it.
Let's see if I can take it off without. Ooh, that was lucky. Because we need to leave a little space in it at the top for the pocket square. Okay, so now let's just take our little strips and we'll cut just a little triangle.
Anne-Marie said she loves this die set. It's so simple and clean.
I love it too. I think it's just a fun, easy one. And sometimes you just need those cards that just come together simply, you know? I love mixed media and doing fun, crazy things with that, but every now and then you just need something easy. Let's stick this one in. Oh, definitely. The pocket square finishes it off. I'm just cutting the corners off a little bit so that because they're a little wider than the pocket, I think. Oops, we'll put that on after. And I'm just adding a foam square. Just because you want your pocket square to have a little bit of body to it. Okay, so now we just need to add our sentiment to this one. We'll see if it needs anything more, but I think on this, sometimes less is more. We just need to add them to our card bases and they will be done. I think I kind of like one off to the left a little bit. All right, let's get them on our card base. Okay. See if I've got any at all left in my stash. I don't think I do. So I will just have to quickly. Gotta get the right weight of paper. This is kind of thin. This is obviously not my artisan real paper because it's a little thin, but that's okay.
Anne-Marie said she likes it with the gems, and Lori said 2 great cards.
Aw, thank you so much. You guys are the best. You always make me feel so good. Okay.
That silk tie paper battery looks cool on the cards.
I think so too. I think this silk tie paper is gorgeous. Okay. There's our first one, and let's just finish off our last one really quick. Okay. We've got all 3 of our different cards. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, thank you so much, Jessie. Hi, Jessie. I didn't even see you in here. You were tricky. Your grandma sewed ties. She gave them away and sold them for money, for pin money, for like $2 back in the day. I'm not sure what pin money is, but that is awesome. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you, Merlin. I was trying to call you Marilyn, but it's Merlin. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And you saw these cards came together so easily. Just simple, but fun. And I feel like even though they're simple, they make an impact. So definitely want to, if it is sold out, definitely notify me. And I hope that you have already taken advantage of it so that you can just know more ways to play. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.